Hello everybody, welcome. In today's podcast I want to talk about visualization. Everyone talks about it and doing it. There was the book The Secret. My take on The Secret is quite different, and I want to give you my interpretation of it, feeling in terms of why visualization can and cannot work and how to improve it. The first thing about visualization is it's like an affirmation that you make. You see it happening, you see it occurring. If this is part of your destiny, your fate, your sacred contract, it can happen and you can help to make it happen. But if it's not part of your life plan, it doesn't matter how much you visualize, I actually don't believe it will happen. It's very easy to say that if you just visualize getting this house or meeting that person, it will happen. But when we're in the Garden of Remembrance, we made these plans with these paths, and if these things aren't on your path, say this life you're here to learn what poverty is like or what it's like to be single, then it doesn't matter how much you visualize. I actually don't think it's going to happen. I don't mean to say this is not to be positive. I'm just telling you what I think realistically it's like. And this will help you if you feel that you had those boards on your fridge like we all had with all the pictures and things stuck on it and they didn't happen. I did all that stuff just to see. Some of the things did manifest, but others didn't, because I don't think they were part of my life, this life. I don't think they were supposed to be a priority or even anything in my life, so they weren't going to happen. The reason this doesn't happen is because it wasn't planned. We did not plan it. And I think once you come down here, you can alter some things, but some things you can't actually alter, even with free will. This might make you feel a little bit better about your failed visualizations and affirmations that you've done for years and it still hasn't happened, because it's just not supposed to happen, and it's okay. Now, when I'm going to talk about visualization in a different way, it's about how to visualize things that you know are possibilities, not the ones where you become a millionaire or you get a yacht or you start a healing sanctuary like I thought I'd do and you're walking around with a white dress. That was one of my visualizations and I kept doing it, but I've got the white dress and I haven't got the healing sanctuary. So I've just kind of realised that that was my little thing, that I thought my work would go that way, but that wasn't the plan with me in spirit. So it actually isn't and probably won't really happen this life. I'm sitting here in my bedroom on my own doing podcasts, so I don't know. The reason you want to do visualizations, though, is because when we think it and when we put it out there, it has a chance of happening if it's in our plan. That's what I'm trying to say. So don't give up on your visualizations that you think are probably, you feel are in your plan, and just keep working at them. I don't think visualizations work also for a lot of people because they only think it. You actually have to feel it. I really think you have to think it and then you have to feel it. And when I say feel it, you have to have the emotion that goes with it. If you feel that you really want to meet somebody and you feel it is actually a possibility, and even if it's been told in your cards or a reader's told you or a friend who's psychic has told you they see someone coming, you have to feel it. You have to feel like it's going to happen. You can't just think, oh, I'm just going to think that I'll meet someone. You have to actually have the emotion. When you put the emotion with the thought, it has a greater power to manifest. Because if we don't have the feeling with it, we can actually block it. For example, with meeting someone, we might think we would like to meet someone, but emotionally we don't want to meet them. We got hurt. I don't really want to go back there. I'm not sure if I want to do it. So that emotion will stop the visualization and the affirmation being very effective. However, if we want to meet someone mentally, we think it, but we really feel I'm ready to meet someone, I want to meet someone, then our possibility of meeting someone and opening that door is greater. It's the same with some sort of business venture that you do. If you think it and then you feel it, if you see the new business starting that you want to start, the new project, and you actually feel passion towards it and you feel you really want to do it, it's going to propel it. A lot of visualizations, affirmations don't work because they're just done in your head. They're just a thought form. You actually have to have this emotion that goes with it, because without the emotion, it's just a thought and it just hangs out there. But with the emotion, there is a kind of a spiritual and a soul connection then, because you're propelling it on both levels. Affirmations are good to do. I think you should still do them. I know that it's hard for us to know which ones we planted in the Garden of Remembrance, which ones before we came to Earth, which ones we didn't plan. However, I just wanted to explain that at the beginning so you don't feel like you failed, that you didn't do it right. You just have to understand if it's not in your past plans, and you'll have several paths that you can go down this life. It probably won't manifest, but it's not your fault. Sometimes it comes in a different way too. You might do a visualization that you want to get this particular job, or you want to get in this particular course, and you keep doing the affirmation, the visualization, and you might feel it too. You might do all that work that we've talked about, and then you don't get in that one, but you get another course offered to you, and you start doing that one, and then eventually you come back into the course. I know someone who wanted to be a doctor. She didn't get in the course. She was very devastated, actually. But then she went and did something like a science, bioscience, or some kind of degree. And after she'd done that for 18 months to 2 years, it allowed her to use that to apply again, and she became a doctor. So sometimes our affirmation can actually work to get us into the course we wanted to. Perhaps at that stage she wasn't quite ready to do it, or it was just her plan that the way she would do it would be this way on her path. And eventually she got onto the path that she was destined to be in. Persevere with your visualizations. Keep doing the work. It can get a bit boring doing the same one over and over again, but I just sort of do it, and I really trust that if it's part of my plan, it will manifest. When it comes to relationships, you can also do visualizations where you see them healing, particularly within family and friendship groups. If there have been trouble between people or within the families, you can see a visualization where they're all sitting at the table and all having lunch together and being quite amicable and nice to each other, and it's all getting on pretty well and healing. You can do those visualizations, and that is a good thing to do for yourself if you want to see that you're getting more healthy, losing weight, exercise. You can see yourself doing that and feel yourself being happy walking, being happy eating all the vegetables, being happy, doing the meditation. If once we see ourselves do it, it's like making a mental and an emotional goal that now we set our sights on. It's hard work doing visualizations for years and years and years. Sometimes there's been a few I've been doing for decades. I just keep doing it because I still think that when I do that, I'm adding more energy to propel it, to help it manifest. It can be a lesson in patience, I think, visualizations and affirmations. But we're here to do certain things, and sometimes other things get in the way. I think COVID has got in the way of a lot of things that were supposed to have happened. Perhaps we were supposed to have done certain jobs or moved for example, with me, it stopped my work quite a lot because I couldn't have physical contact with people for a while. It can actually change that you meet someone because you're not out and about as much, so your social interaction has been stymied, especially here in Australia where we had a lot of lockdowns. Therefore, you'll find that you just have to keep plugging away at doing it, keep working at your visualizations, your affirmations. You can write a list. I usually do it in my prayers every night, asking for help with this or that, or I use them as part of my adjunct to my visualization. I've stopped doing the board and putting it on the fridge. I sort of must admit, and I had one in my bedroom as well, got a little tired of that, so I've got to be honest with you, I did stop doing that, but I do it with a mental thing now, so I do it more as that I ask for this And I asked for this for another person, and I asked for that for this person, and I asked for healing with that person. So there's still affirmations, but I'm probably doing it just every day in a different way, maybe more directly to spirit. I didn't feel, for me, having them written up on the board, that I saw them after a while. However, by doing it every day and focusing on the people I'm trying to help with my visualization, mental and emotional board in my mind, and to pray to my God and my guides, I find that actually is probably more beneficial than actually writing it down for me. But you have to decide what's best for you. It has to be the way that works for you. Keep doing your visualizations, keep doing your affirmations, put emotion with them, the feeling that you will have. Like, I will feel really great when I start picking up my guitar and playing again. I will feel really great when I start cooking more nutritious meals. I will feel really great when I start to plan my next project of work. Do it in that way, so you put the two together, and I think you're going to have better outcomes. The mental one is very powerful, but the emotional one is actually what pushes it forward. Because when we feel it, we're very feeling people. When we feel it, when we feel the emotion that would go with, if that happened, if you met someone, that is actually what almost ignites it and keeps it burning. I don't know why. I don't completely understand this, but I know it to be the way to do it, and I know it to be true. Do whatever you want this week in terms of your affirmations, whether it's writing it down, making a visualization board, making a goal list, doing it in prayer, doing it in meditation, asking your guides. And I hope that you start to get, even if it's some little things that you ask for, that they get better and better, and your link with spirit also becomes stronger through doing the visualization. And that's the thing too, that if you go through spirit and ask when you do it at the same time, you'll find that it will actually be shown to you more easily. I've had lots of signs where I did an affirmation, asked spirit, thought it, felt it, asked them, did my prayer, and then I saw it manifest quite quickly, and I knew it was done. Sometimes we need help to float certain things or ideas, or to solve some big problems, especially some relationship issues. We can't do it on our own, and that's why I think when you ask Spirit to help you and your guides, you'll actually have more success if it's part of the plan. And also sometimes we can ascend and add a few extra things to the plan. We won't be able to change big things that aren't meant for this life, or alter our lessons exactly, but we can tweak things a little bit, so we can maybe add a bit here and a bit there, and that way we've actually added more to our spiritual growth. So I'm sending you lots of love this week, and I'm sending you lots of light.